Night had fallen like a soft veil over the small town. The sky was draped in clouds, and the wind carried a silent sorrow. On the rooftop of an old school, away from the town's noise, Hajra sat alone, gazing into the endless sky. Her eyes held a storm of memories, moments when life had gifted her a fleeting taste of happiness. And that happiness had come in the form of Taimoor. Hajra had lost both her parents in a tragic accident when she was just 10. She was then raised by her uncle and aunt, who gave her food and shelter, but never the warmth of love. Hajra learned the lessons of life early, to stay silent, to find comfort in books, and to bury dreams deep inside. After completing her studies, she became a teacher at a local primary school. It was the first time she felt like she truly mattered. And then one day, fate knocked gently on her door, in the form of Taimoor Qureshi. Taimoor was part of a team from the city working on an educational project. He was gentle in speech, dignified in manner, and his eyes held a deep sincerity. Hajra noticed him from the very first day. She admired him quietly, but never crossed the line of respect. And Taimoor, sensing her silence, never forced his feelings, either. Days turned into weeks, and their meetings became more frequent. There were no confessions, no declarations, only unspoken understanding. Taimoor, now deeply in love, finally decided to speak to his parents about marrying Hajra. But the response was bitter. A girl with no family, no lineage. She is not suitable for our son, his father declared coldly. Shattered, Taimoor went to Hajra and told her everything with honesty. Hajra listened, her eyes steady, and then said, "If loving me means you must disobey your parents and sacrifice your peace, then it's no longer love, it's rebellion, and I don't want to be the reason for your unrest." Taimoor tried to stop her, but her self-respect stood tall between them. They parted ways, silently, painfully. Years passed. Taimoor never married. Instead, he dedicated his life to building a school for orphaned and underprivileged children. It was his way of healing, of giving those children the love and education he wished someone had given Hajra. Hajra, too, never married. She continued teaching in the same town, pouring her heart into her students, yet carrying an ache that time couldn't erase. Then one day, Hajra saw Taimoor on television, speaking in an interview about his school. His hair now showed streaks. Of gray, his face was tired, but his voice was as honest as ever. A few days later, she received an invitation for the annual event at Taimoor's school. Hajra arrived quietly, wrapped in simplicity, with eyes full of unspoken emotion. When Taimoor saw her standing among the crowd, time seemed to pause. On stage, with the microphone in hand, he spoke not to the audience, but to her. "I have gained much in life. Success, respect, this institution. But what I lost was my true destination. If she returns today, then everything I've done would finally feel complete." Tears welled up in Hajra's eyes. She walked forward, slowly but surely. And in that one moment, the distance of years melted away. Taimoor took her hand, and the crowd erupted in applause. But in that moment, between two souls, only silence spoke. A vow long buried had come alive once again, and yet, their love was not just about reunion. It was about purpose. Together, they decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to the school and to every child who had been abandoned by fate. They renamed the institution, the Final Destination Orphan School, a place where no child would feel lost again. Hajra became the principal, more like a mother than a teacher. Taimoor handled the management, fundraising, and expansion, working day and night to ensure that every child had a future. Their home was a small room next to the school, simple, modest, but overflowing with love. Sometimes Hajra would watch, the children laughing in the courtyard, and whisper to herself, "If this is the end of my love story, then it is the most beautiful ending I could have asked for." And Taimoor, while enrolling a new orphan into the school, would silently pray, "The love that once broke me is now healing others. This is truly my final destination." And so, their love did not end in union alone. It lived on in the hearts of children who now dared to dream again.